growing up in Twin Falls was, in hindsight, a really wonderful experience. My family was one of the first Black families to come into the small town that I was born in, Jerome. Um, and so with that, I think it brought about a lot of shock for the community, a lot of questions for the community.
Being one of the few Black families growing up in the Magic Valley, Cherie says her family experienced a lot of racism. The first occurrence when she was in 6th grade.
And I was walking home from school with my sister, and we lived one block away from the school. And there were these boys who came behind us and they started shouting at us. They said, "Let's go make something of those brownies." And at first, I didn't think they were talking about us. And then as they started approaching us and shouting further, um, and they were shouting and directing their attention at us and getting closer to us. And then I started realizing they're talking about us. And I became terrified and I ran.
Cherie will be working with the Chief of Police, Craig Kingsbury, on how they can make changes to end police brutality and racial injustice. She will also be hosting trainings to further educate people throughout the community. She says she shares her experiences in hopes of making people aware of these types of situations in the Magic Valley and to educate people on what they can do moving forward.
But my hope is that folks recognize that racism does exist here and that kindness and racism can coexist, and that folks take the time, instead of to be defensive and to try to protect the reputation of the town community themselves, that they recognize that the way that racism operates, I said this at the vigil, is like a virus. And if you deny that it exists, you perpetuate the problem.
And she says change starts with every person's daily action.
I think that allyship, folks treat it like a certificate, right? And it's not. It's a commitment. And every single day, the choices that you make you an ally in that moment or not.
In Twin Falls, I'm Stephanie Garibay, Idaho News 6.